Johnny Mac with your poolside edition of Daily Comedy News. It's 80 sunny, low humidity. Yeah, I'm outside. Did you see this thing with Cassidy Hutchinson? She testified as part of the Donald Trump January 6th stuff. We learned that President Trump was constantly throwing food tantrums, this from Trevor Noah. But what's interesting is Cassidy Hutchinson didn't say that Trump was flipping the table. She said he was flipping the tablecloth, so either Trump was an amateur magician or he wasn't strong enough to flip a table, so he did just the tablecloth. Trevor added, I too was shocked to hear that Trump threw any of his food away, but let's be honest, this guy's taken more selfies with food than with some of his kids. There was also the part where Trump tried to take control of the car. Trevor said Trump fighting to take control of the president's car is like an action movie, only he's the president and this is real life. Jimmy Fallon added, it's always good when you need another Secret Service to protect the Secret Service, you know what I'm saying? Chelsea Handler in for Jimmy Kimmel said, that's no way to treat the Secret Service. That's how you treat a contestant in the dressing room of a Miss Universe pageant. When grabbing the steering wheel didn't work, Trump grabbed the car by the you-know-what. Colbert, when you get into the Secret Service, you know you have to take one for the president, but you're never expected to take one from the president. Trevor thought the plot was genius. He's hitting the one person who can't hit back. Yeah, they can punch back, but then they've got to jump in front of their own punch. Not to victim blame, but this is on the Secret Service, right? You had 4 years to Trump-proof the vehicle. You knew you were dealing with. There should have been a toy steering wheel in the passenger seat the whole time. Just let him think he's driving. Go back to the West Wing anyway. Stephen Colbert for the win. That is insane, but it's going to make a great season premiere of Kleptocrats in Cars Seizing Power. Just for Laughs, the Montreal Comedy Festival, have put out a press release. The recipients of the prestigious Just for Laughs award show have been announced. Comedy Person of the Year. I'll give you a second to guess unless you read the headline to the episode. Comedy Person of the Year. Who is it? Amy Schumer will be the Comedy Person of the Year. Hasan Minhaj will accept Stand-Up Comedian of the Year, and Taylor Tomlinson is the Breakout Comedy Star of the Year. The Comedy Special of the Year? Jerrod Carmichael. Interesting. So let's break this down. Amy Schumer, Comedy Person of the Year. Let's see what they wrote on the press release. Amy Schumer is an Emmy-winning and Golden Globe-nominated stand-up comedian, actress, writer, producer, director. Schumer is the creator, star, writer, and executive producer of the widely popular Inside Amy Schumer, the multi-award-winning TV series that ran for 4 seasons on Comedy Central. Schumer's successful film career was propelled with Universal Pictures' film Trainwreck, which dominated the worldwide box office as the hit summer comedy. Did her agent write this? This is as press releasey as it gets. She went on to win the Critics' Choice Award for Best Actress in a Comedy and was nominated for a Writers Guild Award in the category of Original Screenplay. That same year, the BAFTAs honored Schumer with the Charlie Chaplin Britannia Award for Excellence in Comedy. Schumer's 1-hour Netflix special titled The Leather Special earned her a nomination for Outstanding Directorial Achievement in a Variety Special. Oh, there's more. Her 1-hour comedy special, Amy Schumer Live at the Apollo, directed by Chris Rock, premiered on October 17, 2015, and was HBO's most watched Saturday night comedy special since December 2009. Okay, that's random. Schumer's first book, the New York Times bestseller The Girl with the Lower Back Tattoo, earned her a 2017 Grammy Award nomination for Best Spoken Word Album and was released in paperback in August 2017 because we needed that detail. In July 2020, Schumer's 3-part documentary series Expecting Amy premiered on HBO Max. Most recently, Schumer co-hosted the 94th Academy Awards alongside Wanda Sykes and Regina Hall. She also wrote, executive produced, directed, and starred in her critically acclaimed 10-episode comedy series Life in Beth, now streaming on Hulu and Disney+. Often touring theaters and arenas all over the world, Schumer returns to Montreal this summer. Amy Schumer, Comedy Person of the Year. Let's compare that to the other paragraphs. Hasan Minhaj is receiving the Stand-Up Comedian of the Year award. Minhaj, who started his career in 2014 as a Just for Laughs new face, see, I keep telling you about the new faces, was the host and creator of the weekly comedy show Patriot Act with Hasan Minhaj that premiered on Netflix in October 2018. The show received a 2019 Peabody Award, a 2019 Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Motion Design, and was recognized for a 2020 Television Academy honor. A first-generation American, Minhaj joined The Daily Show with Jon Stewart as a correspondent in November 2014, where he was Jon's last hire. His recent tour, the King's Jester Tour, is coming to Montreal this summer, and having just broken the record in Toronto for being the first comedian to ever play 4 sold-out shows at the Coca-Cola Coliseum, Taylor Tomlinson gets an even shorter paragraph. Taylor Tomlinson is receiving the Breakout Comedy Star of the Year award. Tomlinson was named one of Forbes 30 Under 30 in 2021 and exploded onto the international stage when her 1-hour special Quarter Life Crisis debuted on Netflix. Her latest special, Look at You, dropped earlier this year to international critical praise. Taylor returns to the festival this year to receive the coveted award after having her big break as part of the 2017 New Faces cohort. All right, the keynote addresses. Neil Brennan will deliver one of this year's renowned keynote speeches. Amanda Seales will also be delivering a keynote address at this year's festival. Seales is a comedian, actress, writer, and producer who was a former MTV VJ and starred in HBO's Insecure. Sophie Buttle will deliver the Canadian keynote address this year. Buttle is a stand-up comedian, TV writer, and podcaster, dominating the North American comedy scene right now. Dominating is a little strong there, guys. Dominating North America, a little strong. She's been seen on CTV's Comedy Roast Battle Canada, CBC's This Hour is 22 Minutes, JFL's All Access, and her wildly popular podcast, Obsessed with Sophie Buttle. Some more stuff announced. Cast panels. Get up and close and personal with some of the mastermind creators behind today's newest and most popular comedy, TV series, etc. One of them, Universal Pictures presents Easter Sunday. This is Joe Coy, starring as a man returning home for an Easter celebration with his boisterous, bickering, eating, drinking, laughing, loving family. CBC original hit comedy series Son of a Critch will be engaging in a cast panel. BET Plus presents The Journey to Miss Pat, the series. Variety's 10 Comics to Watch. All right, this is important. Let's pay attention. Rosebud Baker, great choice. I would think Rosebud is ahead of this list, but okay. J.R. de Guzman, Vanessa Gonzalez, Jay Jordan. Also feel like Jay is ahead of this list. Mateo Lane, same comment. Claudio O'Doherty, Atsuko Okasuka, Blair Sochi, Moses Storm, and Sheng Wang. Usually that list is a little more unknown to me. Maybe it's just hosting the podcast and doing the homework every day that I'm a little sharper than in the past. But okay, that looks like a really good list. New Faces will be hosted by Pete Holmes. That's really cool. New show added, Amy Schumer's Horror Tour, Saturday, July 30th. Jerrod Carmichael, Thursday the 28th. Amanda Seales, Thursday 28th. Pete Holmes, Friday, July 29th. Chris DiStefano, July 29th, Friday. Tickets are available to the public starting now. Go get them. You'll find all that information at hahaha.com. It's a great festival. You should go. I'm planning on going up. I think I'll be there Wednesday the 27th. I'll see how long I stay, etc. But that was a nice big chunk of news for an otherwise slow news week. Let me do some housekeeping while that's top of mind. This weekend, I'm planning on doing a normal episode Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday, I have had the Robin Williams Stories episodes in the can. That was a listener request. I had asked the Facebook group back in January, hey, any ideas for weekend filler? And that was a great suggestion. So Sunday, Robin Williams Stories Part 1, and then on the 4th, on Monday, Robin Williams Stories Part 2. So part of that, hey, I want to go to the beach. And this week and next week are notoriously slow news weeks. That's why I'm really happy for the JFL news dump that really helped with today's podcast. So let me do the 2 Robin Williams rather than hand in 2 episodes where I'm just really pulling stuff out and Googling Pete Davidson trying to fill an episode. From Amazon, Who's the Boss? Coming back, a reboot or sequel series to be more accurate. This will star Alyssa Milano and Tony Danza. They'll reprise their original roles. The new Who's the Boss focuses on Alyssa Milano's Samantha, who's now a single mother living in the same house where she grew up. Her retired dad, Tony Danza, lives with her. There's no word yet on any other cast reprising their roles. Katherine Hellman, who also starred in the original, died in 2019. Vulture wrote about Nick Nemeroff. I mentioned yesterday Nick passed away at age 32. I'm undereducated on Nick's comedy, but Vulture wrote that he spoke at a deliberate pace and his voice crackled strategically to perform hesitation, making his delivery more distinct. His commitment to absurdity and zigzagging jokes pointed to a singular comedic ethos the other comics didn't possess. The writer says, I remember quoting one of his jokes about getting brain surgery for cosmetic reasons. The punchline, I feel pretty self-conscious about the wrinkles. In form, if not in content, his jokes were like Anthony Jeselnik's. It was clear he was trying to throw you off his scent at the outset, make it all more impressive that he always managed to do so successfully. A great example of this is on the album track Vaping/Electric Toothbrush, where he says, my friend told me you got to try the mango-flavored vape. It's the best flavor. I tried it, and honestly, to me, all the vape flavors taste very similar. To me, they all taste like burning smelly plastic, but I don't know, maybe it's my lighter. And here is a tweet by Nick Nemeroff, posted 9:54 p.m. December 13th, 2017. Nick tweeted, if I die, please remember me as a cool guy who was nice and helped out and actually changed a lot of our lives for the better, but also had a certain unique quality you just couldn't put your finger on with an infectious laugh and unmistakable style.
Hey, this is Scott Edwards, and since I started my podcast, people ask me all the time, what podcast do you recommend? Well, I recommend my own shows. Stand-up comedy, your host and MC. My celebration of 40 plus years on the fringe of show business. Stories, interviews, and comedy sets by the famous and not so famous. Stand-up comedy, host and MC includes comedy sets by people like Dana Carvey, Jay Leno, Bob Saget, Jerry Seinfeld, Paula Poundstone, Willie Tyler and Lester, and many, many more. In fact, I have interviews from comics like Tom Dreesen, Arj Barker, and I even interviewed the head writer of The Ellen Show. So be sure to check it out. Stand-up comedy, your host and MC.
Look at me. I'm at the Starbucks 2 days in a row. Now, if you'd like to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/dailycomedynews. Like Kenny, who's a Starbucks aficionado. Kenny, today, got this, chocolate cream cold brew? Dude, you didn't tell me about this. This is awesome, like really good. Here, I'll shake my ice. Sitting outside on a sunny Monday morning in LA. Again, nothing better than a coffee. These things aren't cheap, though. Buymeacoffee.com/dailycomedynews. Thanks. Much thanks to Becky, who bought me not one, not two, but 3 large iced coffees. Becky wrote, Robin, meaning Williams, Eddie, meaning Murphy, my heroes, how can I say no? Find yourself 3 coffee chatas on me. It's a Chicago thing. You won't be disappointed. All right, I'll have to look into coffee chatas. Appreciate that. So she's referring there to the Robin Williams episodes. I talked about that beginning. And I dropped for the Buy Me a Coffee crowd and also for the premium subscribers on Apple Podcasts. I had recorded and cleaned up an episode talking about Eddie Murphy Delirious. And since it was polished off, I'm like, let me share it with the coffee crowd and let me post it for the premium subscribers. So that's available to both those crews. You can become a premium subscriber on Apple Podcasts for just $4.99 a month. And the first month is free if you just want to try it out or just get the Eddie Murphy episode now. Basically, you get the episodes commercial free and you get them early. As soon as I finish polishing the edit, I post it to Apple Podcasts. So you get it, the night before everybody else. For example, this episode you're listening to right now would have been available to you sometime Wednesday afternoon. I'm not saying any of that is the most awesome reason to subscribe to something, but it's just a nice, easy way to support the show. You can become a subscriber, and $5 a month will come out of your account. It'll go to me. Much appreciated. Speaking of coffee, from the laugh button, Jerry Seinfeld said when he began the Comedians in Cars show, he was looking for sponsors, and he was turned down by the CEO of Starbucks. According to Seinfeld, CEO Howard Schultz was not impressed and said, I don't really see the connection. Jerry said, are there other people coming in your office pitching other shows with coffee in the title? Imagine Jerry Seinfeld walks in. I mean, you're Starbucks. You've got money. Why would you turn down Jerry Seinfeld? Wouldn't you just want the association? According to Seinfeld, part of the wariness was that some tech companies were expressing concerns at that time that shows longer than a few minutes would have no success online. Oops. Hey, I've got some recommendations for you. One of them is my travel podcast. It's called Travel is Back. That is my casual travel podcast where I tell you about places that I've gone and what I like to do when I'm there. This week, I'm in Los Angeles. Candidly, I like last week's Los Angeles episode better than this week's Los Angeles episode, so maybe back up one and check out Travel is Back wherever you get your shows. I was listening to Auntie Donna. That's an Australian sketch group. They had a show on Netflix during the pandemic that I liked a lot. They recently dropped an episode. It's got Gotham City in the title. Basically, it's a debate over who should be the next mayor. And some people think Bruce Wayne would be a good candidate because Batman is running amok in the city. It's a very funny bit, and I liked it a lot. Ready, Steady, Cut watched Cristela Alonzo's new special. Oh, I tried to watch the Kate Berlant thing that I've been talking about all week. It's on Peacock Plus. I don't have Peacock Plus. Couldn't watch it. I hear it's awesome, though, but I'm cheap. Maybe I'll have to do like a buy me a peacock for a month promotion. Cristela Alonzo, according to Ready Steady Cut, focuses on observational satire, discussing a wide variety of subjects from COVID to her upbringing, health issues, and newfound wealth. Most of these topics are obvious talking points that cover well-trodden ground. That's not good. Adding nothing new or groundbreaking to the genre. That's not good. She does, however, bring her own insight to these predictable topics, with some humorous takes on racism and stereotypes, as well as a story about visiting the gynecologist for the first time, which may be the highlight of the hour-long special. Ready, Set, Cut says, overall, this comedy special is timely, if a little tame in its simplicity. The humor can be forgettable and lackluster from time to time, but when Cristela Alonzo gets intimate and opens up with her own personal stories, the comedian actually shines. Listen to that backhanded comment. The comedian actually shines. When she finally does, she actually shines. Oops. This isn't a laugh-out-loud riot. but a thought-provoking and enjoyable hour exploring a slice of the comedian's unique life. And that is your comedy news for today from Poolside. Follow the show for free on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, wherever you get your shows. Become a premium subscriber on Apple Podcasts if you want, $5 a month, or you can buy me a coffee.com/daily comedy news. See you tomorrow.